was the boogeyman.
As a matter of fact, it was.
Y'all, this is another episode of Cinema Villains. I am your host, Shaggy Black. With me, alongside of me, is Dr. Jose Loomis.
I saw your eyes, Shaggy. The devil's eyes.
Ding-a-ding. Yeah, man. Actually, we are inducting what probably is this our... I know this is our third. We may still have a possible.
Sure. At this point, I can't remember.
I mean, this is the end game week right here.
Yes,
we're pushing it.
We are almost time.
It is almost time. It's spooky. It's peak spooky season.
Speak.
Ooh.
Peak of the spookies.
I think you may have one too many, my friend. Yeah.
Just pass out.
Hey, man, just fucking pass out. Yes, we're doing another induction into the Cinema Villain Hall of Fame.
The third Hokage of cinema villainry.
Jesus fuck. We are adding for the Holy Trinity.
That's right.
Michael the Shape Myers. And Jose in these lovely sound effects. Oh my God. And you're still going.
Yeah.
Why?
I need someone else to keep the deep going.
Like, I'm not joining your tomfoolery.
Oh man.
I will never join into your reindeer games.
Well, you did once.
I'm also lying, but I'm still...
So we did Dream Warriors.
Yeah,
bro.
we definitely did Dream Warriors.
Yeah, okay.
So I know I'm big lying, and I refuse for anybody else to call me out on my
lies. Okay, that's fine.
But yes, guys, it is obviously, by the time this episode drops, it is Halloween week, and what better way to end it with obviously talking about one of the quintessential horror movies of all time to watch, no matter what time of the year it is.
Right.
But you watch it at least, unless you have AMC, one time. Yeah. It is the Halloween movies.
That's right.
Yes. John Carpenter's
Halloween.
Now, we are inducting Michael Myers, like we mentioned before, starting when we talked about Freddy Krueger, the Holy Trinity of horror villains. And he is obviously in this mix because, come on, it's the fucking Shape.
Yeah, he started it all. Well, okay, let me rephrase that.
Yeah, I'm about to say.
He did not start it all. He was not the first slasher, but he made that shit mainstream, so to speak. Yeah.
He turned that shit the fuck up.
Yeah.
Like,
this movie came out, it made money, and people were like, this is what we have to do.
Yes, this right here. This kind of fucking kickstarted everything else. This movie, obviously, we're going to talk about the movies, but we want to handle something pressing, and we think we might spend a little bit more time on it because sometimes we're actually going to do something different. This episode, this retrospective / Hall of Fame episode. So, as you know, this is going to be about Michael Myers and how much he means to us. What has he influenced? What has he done? Obviously, and how we feel about the movies. Small problem about the movie front. Some of these movies are a whole pack of ass.
Yeah, a lot.
A pack
of these movies are, yes, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, with this going forward, we will try to rank these movies from worst to first.
Right.
But realistically, when me and Jose sat down and looked at it, literally all of these movies, man, I mean, there's only one really good one, and the rest of them are fucking mid.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, no, they're fucking mid.
I like 2018.
I mean, yeah, I like 2018 too.
Yeah. I would say slightly better than mid.
That's slightly better than mid. That's enjoyable. It's enjoyable.
Yeah.
It's enjoyable mid.
Enjoyable mid.
Yeah, it's enjoyable mid, but no, like, and I love Halloween 2018, but like, if we're looking at the movies that came before it,
Oh yes. Oh boy.
if we're looking at the movies that came before it, there is a bunch of bullshit, like a lot of bullshit. These movies go from obviously 1978
Yep.
to current, like 2018
Yep.
to current right now. We're the last Halloween movie that we're getting is 2022, and that's Halloween Ends, and that's all concurrent with the storyline that we got going on now. Another reason why we won't be ranking all the movies, like we've done in past episodes for our Hall of Fame shows, is for the fact that, I mean, we want to try to keep this not short and sweet, but mostly to the point.
Right. Yeah.
And we love talking about movies. We will love and watch these movies, but obviously, we will love to shit on them. But it's just these fucking shits are so convoluted that you have so many different timelines of how this shit happened with the movies, with the Halloween franchise. I mean, obviously, if you look back at it, there's 4 different fucking timelines on how on how these movies are supposed to be stacked up, based on, like, for instance, and all of our stuff is pulled from Villains Wiki. Shout out to them. They aren't sponsoring us, but we're doing the damn thing.
That's right.
But so, like, movies. So they count movies like from like 1 to like 4 to 6. They call it like the continuity timelines. So Halloween, like, the first timeline is Halloween 1, 1978, Halloween 2, 1981, Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers, Halloween 5, The Revenge of Michael Myers, and Halloween, The Curse of Michael Myers. The alternate timeline goes 1, 2, 4, 5, and 6, which is the producer's cut.
Yes.
Which is wild. Both
Halloween 6 is ass.
Yes.
No matter which way you look at it, shit is ass.
No matter how much you cut that movie is ass. Like, big time ass. Like, there's not. I mean, God. But then you have the H2O timeline, which is Halloween 1, Halloween 2, Halloween H2O 20 years later, and Halloween Resurrection.
Speaking of ass, super ass again.
Yes. Yeah. And then finally, you have the final timeline, which is obviously, John Carpenter says, is the only true timeline. It's Halloween 1978, Halloween 2018, Halloween Kills, which comes out in 2021, and Halloween Ends, which is in 2022.
Yeah.
So this is why we won't be ranking all the Halloween movies in order of how, from worst to first, like we would have done. We're just not gonna. I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. We're not gonna just spend time on these movies. Eventually, one of these days, we'll cover those movies.
Yeah. At least now we have an excuse to go back to Michael Myers.
Yeah, we got an excuse to go back to all the Michael Myers movies and stuff like that. But at the same time, I mean, honestly, I'm not trying to spend my Halloween talking about a fucking cult.
Oh boy!
I mean, and not a good cult. I'm not talking about like not
good old cult of Thorn.
Yeah, not. Oh God, man! Don't even get me fucking started, dude. It's just bad. It's just bad. All of it's bad. Like, why is it bad?
So out of the Trinity, is that the worst retcon?
It is the worst
because
retcon.
You have the cult of Thorn controlling Michael the whole time. That was the thing. Halloween. The Nightmare on Elm Street? There was a Dream Demons. Freddy made a deal with Dream Demons. That was the retcon.
That was definitely a retcon.
And then Jason, the retcon was, hey, he's really a demon worm that can possess people.
So, as ridiculous as the Jason one is, that's not as bad as the cult.
Yeah,
because that makes no fucking sense.
You know what kind of like low key saves the worm thing? The fact that the Necronomicon is in the corner of that house, like right there. You can he's a Deadite. Okay, fine, that makes sense. That's all we gotta say.
You can literally say they tried, yo. Yeah. Like, even though it's dumb as fuck, they try. Those others, like with Freddy and Jason, they tried.
Yeah.
But holy shit, man. This is what happens when you have too many cooks in the kitchen.
Yes.
And you can't decide on what to make. Mm-hmm. It's tossed on every place. You have one good idea.
Right.
And you try to remix it and remix it and remix it. You start with fucking regular Coke. Then you make new Coke. And then you bring regular Coke back.
It's like, what?
It's not worth our sanity.
Right, exactly.
It's not worth our sanity, or it's not worth our time, you guys' time, for us to dwell on, what, 4 bad movies?
Yeah, at least.
Yeah.
At least 4.
I mean, 4 or 5. 4 and 5 are watchable. I can say that. 4 and 5 are watchable.
And believe it or not, 4 was my introduction to Michael.
Yeah,
That's the movie I grew up with. I remember
Okay.
seeing that time and time again as a kid.
I wish I could say the same.
Yeah.
I wish I could say the same. My actually, now I think about it, you know what? That's a perfect segue because I don't want to just be angry the entire time, even though I definitely can be because we can't escape it because we're gonna have to talk about the continuity, how fucked this continuity is.
Yes.
Like it's gonna happen.
And that's us. We're not even mentioning Rob Zombie.
No,
that's crazy.
We're not.
That's a funny thing,
so yeah, you guys know our rules by now. We do not cover remakes. We do not cover reboots. The only time we will ever do that, obviously, if it's its own episode, or in this case, the original creator comes out and says, "Nope, this is the actual timeline."
Yeah,
this
exactly.
is it. This is it right here. So we would have to. So technically, we would have to cover that.
So join us in 2 years when we rank the confirmed timeline of all
when we get the confirmed. So Halloween will probably be the only one we cover more than once.
Right.
When it comes to the Hall of Fame and concurrent timelines. But yeah, so you said Halloween 4 was your introduction to Michael Myers, right?
Yes.
So I'm gonna be honest with you. I think my induction to Michael Myers was I'm gonna say Halloween 1.
Okay.
But it's not so I love now. You guys will hear me gush over Halloween 1. It is one of my favorite movies of all time. Period. Not just horror, just period. The issue with that is though, like, actually there is no issue. I just can't remember watching it as a kid.
Right.
I think my memory of like Michael Myers when I really started getting into horror, because you know me, the shitty Resurrection.
Oof.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah. No, H2O.
Okay.
H2O, then Resurrection.
Yeah. Okay.
Like all I remember. Well, no, it was Resurrection. I'm sorry, it was Resurrection.
Busta Rhymes?
Yes, because I know that they fucking killed. They killed Lori.
In the very beginning, yes.
Yeah, in the very beginning, and I do remember that, and it was like one of my first Halloween movies that I actually remembered. Oh my god! And then thankfully, as I got older, I watched a regular Halloween, and it blew my mind.
Yeah.
And this is when I actually appreciated movies for being movies, and not just like horror movies for being like blood soaked.
Right. Yeah. I don't remember when I know I didn't watch the original Halloween until like years later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't see the original Halloween, but my mom would love the original Halloween.
Right.
She loves that shit. She loves all the horror movie stuff. Shouts out to Mama Shaggy. She will fucking eat this shit up, man.
Yeah.
It's like, and you would love my mom, dude. She not only loves shit like this, she loves monster movies.
Oh,
like
swag.
Jaws.
Okay.
Jaws and like Godzilla are her boys.
Oh boy, let's go.
Yeah,
let's go.
Like,
yeah.
Like Jaws especially. She's like, ooh, Godzilla's out, and she'll watch that like all day. It's dope.
Sweet.
But no, she got me into kind of watching that. But like when we really started to watch it, it was by the time I got old enough, it was fucking Resurrection. So I had a shit introduction into Michael Myers. But I never, and it's probably why he's not like my favorite. Probably not my favorite because of how I was introduced to him, and the movies were so all over the place.
Yeah.
But going back at it, will I say is he not a part of the fucking Hall of Fame? Fuck yeah, he is.
Exactly.
Because now I am of sound mind and body, and I'm also an adult, and I can actually watch these movies with my own opinion and everything else, and watch them on my own time and actually dissect them. But that's actually my first time getting to know Michael Myers. Now, Michael Myers, I mean, obviously, does he fit? So we have our parameters. Before we go down the parameters, obviously, let's introduce him. His full name is Michael Audrey Myers. Alias that he goes by is Michael Myers, a.k.a. The Shape, Evil on Two Legs, The Boogeyman of the Midwest, The Nightmare Man, The Scary Man, and The Halloween Killer.
The Halloween Killer.
Yeah,
okay, sure.
I guess, yeah. Obviously, serial killers, and he was a patient at the Smith's Grove Sanitarium. His powers and skills: brute strength, high-level intelligence, immortality through the 4, 5, and 6 timeline.
Oh, fuck.
Durability, endurance, presumed healing factor, stamina, stalking, tracking skills, stealth, evasion, and nicemanship. So, one of those things that popped up is the stalking thing that I want to dive in real quick. Our last episode, I talked about, not our last episode, but the last Hall of Fame episode was Jason, and I said Jason was the best stalker. Having going back and watching Halloween again, like fresh, I may have spoke too soon.
Yeah, because he had the stalking down.
But that's why I said I may, not I have. Because if you think about it, if we're not counting the other movies and how shit they were, as shitty as the Jason's movie were, as the shittiest movie as the Jason movies were, come on, he had stalking down to a science.
Yeah.
Now, Michael Myers is probably, if I had to say 1A, 1B, Michael Myers is like 1B.
Right.
Stalking ability because of just the fucking way. Like, it's ridiculous on how he was stalking poor Lori, but like in others. But man, I will say his stalking ability is like some all-star caliber.
Yeah,
All-star
absolutely.
level caliber. Yeah, it's insane. It's insane on how he is. Obviously, while Jason still holds the ranking of kills, Michael Myers has killed even though we're not counting the movies. All the movies total, not including Halloween 2018, he's killed a total of 97 people.
Oof.
With the course of over 36 different weapons. Obviously, he is a huge man.
Yes.
That is one big bitch that you should not, come on, man. Like, he is huge.
And he's even bigger in the Rob Zombie version. That's the crazy.
He is.
Yeah,
that's the crazy fucking shit. I mean, do we want to talk about the Rob Zombie versions? We can delve into them. Like, we're not gonna look. We're not ranking them.
Yeah.
We can definitely talk about
them. I guess then.
Okay, so let's do this. Obviously you guys know that we aren't gonna be the movie we are gonna be covering. Instead of ranking, we did watch the original Halloween. We will be reviewing that and giving our villain review for that. Or actually, villain. He's getting his whole fucking wing, so there won't really be a villain review because we're just going to give you his review up front. But because giving you his all-star stats up front, obviously, is what we just did.
Yeah.
He is like somebody not to be fucked with.
No.
Period.
Yes.
Even though Busta Rhymes did a fucking
that's right.
Oh my god. He is something like you can't go toe to toe with this dude. Like this is what a fucking horror. Oh my god.
Yeah.
This is what a fucking horror movie serial killer is. Because there's no talking to him.
Yeah. No.
He's a murder machine, and he just keeps going. Like unlike Jason, unlike Freddy, he has no fucking personality. None.
Yeah.
Like, none. Jason, you can sit there and say Jason doesn't have personality. If you mention his mom,
yeah,
he kind of he'll fucking question some shit. And you probably can fuck him up somehow. Freddy, you can just talk shit to him. Talk shit to him right back, and he wouldn't know how to fucking deal with it.
Yeah.
He might still kill you, but he'll be like, huh, okay. Fucking A.
He's like, whatever.
Yeah, Michael ain't hear none of that shit. Michael's just like, breathe, like, deep breathing, stab you in the face, keep it moving.
Yep.
Done. Fucking done.
That's right.
But I guess, so we brought it up. I guess we can just go ahead and talk about it. Let's just get these out of the way.
Okay.
How do you feel about the Rob Zombie Halloweens?
They're meh.
Meh?
Especially, well, the part one's meh. It's like, whatever, Rob
Really?
Zombie. It's their Rob Zombie thing.
Mm-hmm.
Halloween 2? Fuck that movie. But I don't, it's just, I appreciate him, I guess, trying to give Michael Myers a backstory.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things.
You don't need a backstory
yeah,
to
that
it.
and Rob Zombie's, his dialogue is just his dialogue. Like,
Yeah.
Like he's going to make everyone, like,
hillbilly redneck.
yes, like God tier trailer park trash.
Yes, like off rip. Like
Yes.
everyone's trailer park trash. Like just off rip. Like just like here's the thing about me and my feelings about the Rob Zombie Halloween remakes. I am a fan of Rob Zombie. I have a rule on Rob Zombie movies. For every one movie he does,
Yeah.
he produces a bullshit one after it. So, or can be vice versa. Because House of a Thousand Rejects, mid.
Right.
It was all right. It was
Mid,
cool.
yeah.
House of a Thousand Corpses. Sorry.
Yeah.
Devil's Rejects, fantastic.
Yes.
I love
agree.
Fantastic.
I do. That's my
loved
favorite
it.
movie of his.
Yes,
Yeah.
fucking loved it.
Yeah.
And I forget the ones, but then he did Halloween. He did another movie beforehand. I forget. I know it was an animated movie, El Super
Yeah,
Beasto.
El Super Beasto.
I kind of like that too,
Okay.
but that's not neither here nor there. But he did I want to say he did another one, but for every couple of movies he does, some mid is going to come out.
Yeah.
When I heard he got the Halloween remakes and stuff, I was like, I'm interested to see what he's going to do. The first movie, super enjoyable. Like, I liked it. Like, it was enjoyable to the point to where, okay, Michael Myers had a backstory. I mean, now going back to this, Michael Myers never needed a backstory,
No.
like, period. But, it worked out to where it fit, but it was super trashy. He didn't need to be fucking trashy, man. Like, okay, he didn't have to come from a fucked up home to start killing people. He could have just
Yeah.
been fucked up and everything else, but yet you try to give him a heart and have him go fucking heartbroken, and you didn't need all that. I didn't
Yeah,
need
that's so
sympathy for little Michael
No.
killing his sister, who happened to be a queen bitch. None of that.
Right.
I'm not trying to feel bad for Michael Myers. I mean, did I feel bad at the time? Yeah, it worked. It worked for the story. And then obviously he started just killing people. Like, I still never forget where he fucking killed Danny Trejo after Danny Trejo was the only nice motherfucker to him, period. Other
Right.
than his mom.
Right.
I honestly, me personally, if I said if he'd had killed Danny Trejo's fucking death would have been slow, like quick. Like quick and painless.
Oh, you heard Rob Zombie ruin that too, though, right?
What he said?
He said, "Oh, I never got to film this part, but the reason he killed Danny Trejo was because Danny Trejo molested him."
Oh no!
Yeah, everyone's like, "Why?
Why would you do that?
Why would you add that? Like, we already agreed. It just shows the ruthlessness of Michael. Like, oh, he just killed poor Danny Trejo because
Yeah, because he was just innocent, but he said he molested him. Come on,
he
bro.
was like, oh man, I was gonna have a little side story where you find out, Trejo was molesting him like as a child growing up or something.
Dog,
I'm
no.
like, God damn it, Rob
Why would
Zombie."
you fucking?
See what I
Fuck.
mean, Rob Zombie? I'm
Yeah.
like,
See now.
like he tries to make almost every character in this movie unlikable.
Yes, and it's what the fuck point?
Yeah, like there was literally no point to that, Rob. I'm
None,
like,
not at all. None. Zero.
Yeah. I was like,
Fucking
you know what?
zilch.
You didn't film that.
I just
so
learned-
I'm gonna negate that comment.
I just fucking learned something today, and it just fucking made me mad.
Yeah, see what I mean?
But besides that tomfuckery, Rob Zombie, the first Halloween Rob Zombie one had its moments of suspense, and I did like the kills. I also liked Malcolm McDowell as Dr. Loomis.
Yeah.
That was pretty dope. I like the homages that he tried to do with the first movie. I definitely liked it
Yeah.
in that sense. It's crazy how Michael Myers in this one had like long hair, which was fine, but like he got the like the long hair stuck out of the fucking
the
mask and shit, and it fucked me up. And it was more like you wanted to feel for the shape, but you really like there's no reason for this. He's a fucking walking tornado of death. Like there is no reason I should be feeling for him.
Right.
But
exactly.
but you were getting me to try to feel for him in that spot. I just you know, I appreciated the movie for what it was. And if it's on, it's one of those movies, if it was on, I'd watch it.
Yeah.
I'd be like, all right, cool, I'll keep it on. Whatever. You know? But am I gonna put it on? Probably not.
No reason to.
Nah.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna like, especially when 2018 just came out.
Right.
Like the 2018 Halloween 2018 came out. I'd rather go put that on. As a matter of fact, I may watch this as soon as we finish tonight.
There you go.
But and then Halloween 2. Like I said, I enjoyed Rob Zombie's Halloween.
Yeah.
Then Halloween 2 came out.
Rob Zombie's Halloween too. Yeah.
Never again.
Once was enough, right? That's how I feel like
I went to the movies to see this. I think me and the ex went to see this in the movies. We saw this either, I can't remember. All I know is we saw it and we were like, yeah, I'm good.
Right.
Like I'm pretty sold on ever seeing this ever again. And I liked some of the deaths in this one, and because it was kind of like an homage to actually the original Halloween with people getting murdered in cars and shit, and like with the cop and everything, which was wasn't that fucking Brad Dourif?
Yeah.
And that's another reason why I liked it, because he was getting horror legends to be in the fucking movies.
Yeah.
But bruh, I will never watch Halloween 2 again.
Right.
Like Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 again. There's no.
Yeah, the whole little his mom's spirit is fucking with him. That's fucking with
That and like the
That makes
fucking
no sense.
sister, and like it was just all stupid,
Yep.
pointless. No reason to do any of that shit.
Yeah.
What say you?
Yeah, absolutely. I absolutely agree. Like, there's no point to watch this fucking movie. This movie is just dog shit. Like, he didn't know what the fuck to do.
At all?
He just threw shit at the walls. Like, is it sticking? I guess so. Let's go.
Yep.
So
He's like, hey, people fucking went to sing that first one, so I can do whatever for the second.
Like, it's between this and maybe I don't know, because Halloween 6 too. It's literally between this 6 and Resurrection. Like, which one's the worst? And there you go. There's your trinity of which Halloween movie is the worst.
Yeah, those are the ones that I would try to sit there and try to rank, and I would probably sit here like it's kind of comparing doo-doo sizes.
Yeah.
Like, which size of poop is bigger?
Like, that was a good solid turd. That
Yeah.
one was diarrhea.
Yeah.
This one is just
That's green apple.
yeah,
It's shit.
exactly.
At the end of the day. But we're not here to talk about that.
No, we're here to talk about greatness.
We're here to talk about greatness. Exactly. One of the best fucking horror movies of all. Actually, shit. I'm gonna just say one of the best movies of all time. Fuck.
Yeah,
it. I'll say it. I'll say it.
Oh yeah.
Like I don't give a fuck. You can literally say, fuck you. It's really good.
No,
it
it's
is
amazing.
fucking fantastic.
Yeah, Halloween is the original is a fucking amazing. movie.
Before we dive into that one, though, I do want to ask you, how do you feel about? Actually, before I even let me ask you this. Let me re-ask you this question.
Go for it.
When do you remember your first time seeing the original Halloween?
Ooh, no, it was some years. I know it had to be on AMC because AMC shows this shit every fucking year, and I know it had to be one of them. But it was later in my life. Like I was a teen at least. I know I was
Yeah.
at least a teenager when I finally saw the original Halloween.
Yeah, I definitely was in my 20s. Notice that you'll always notice a pattern. Like I didn't really start watching movies until my 20s, like good movies until my 20s. AMC definitely.
Yeah.
31 Nights of Terror. That shit came out.
Yeah, because I remember
And
they would do the Halloween movies, and they would do the Jason movies, and then they would random
like
movies.
Child's Play,
Yeah.
shit like that. Yeah, that shit fucking, like, I really enjoyed it, and I was just like, oh shit. What I think this movie this movie got me to really appreciate cinema for what it is. And when I say cinema, I mean the music, the camera cuts, and just the ambiance of all of it.
Yeah.
Because this movie's this movie made me want to be in movies not just like a writer, but more so like just anything, man. Because the music, the score for this, phenomenal.
Absolutely, this is one of the most famous scores ever.
The best fucking score I've heard in them. I mean, and I'm a fucking like Godfather. Godfather is like my favorite movie, period, of all time. But this is right up there.
Yeah.
In terms of like, and I love how The Godfather is scored, but this shit here made me really fucking appreciate even more so. And I didn't think I'd even say that because it's a horror movie,
right?
But the way it's done,
not just a horror movie, too, like a low budget horror movie.
Yes, dude.
Like, this was made on like fucking shoestrings, dog. Like,
yeah, this movie.
This was, I think, a $300 budget.
Yeah.
I can find out for you.
Yeah, nah, and like while you're doing that, like you don't see really good scores anymore outside of like maybe sci-fi movies. Horror movies with really good scores are rare. Yeah, like it's just mostly let's just put a popular fucking theme song. Let's take a song, stream it real slow, and then that makes it popular. Like you get the best score. Yeah, from like this. This is like I still think there's no other movie, especially horror, that could top this fucking score at all. None. Period.
None. So this movie had a budget of $325,000 estimated, and will go on to make $47 million worldwide.
Jesus Christ! Wow.
Yes, like insane.
That's crazy. Only for a fucking mask that they fucking spray painted. Think about that.
Yeah, that's William Shatner's face. For those who don't know, it's a William Shatner mask. Yes, from Star Trek, and they just painted that bitch white.
Yep, painted it white. And just slick back the hair. Man, look, this shit. I think, and we definitely can go over this like the movie, obviously, but just from the music alone, it's the most iconic theme song. Like, would you say probably the most iconic horror theme song? Period.
Horror theme song, yes. Absolutely.
Like, period. Yeah. Like just
like you know what this is. Even if you don't watch Halloween movies,
like you know what this is.
Yeah, you know. Oh, that's Halloween.
That's Halloween. Like it's crazy. It's just shot so well. Like, oh my god.
Yes. The cinematography.
Yes.
This movie's fucking great. John Carpenter's a goddamn genius. He knocked this out the park from the score.
Yes.
To the filming, everything.
Yes.
It's just home run.
Just so fucking good, man. It's just like it's insane on how good this movie is. Like, I don't understand on how like this movie is older than me and you. And it still fucking holds up.
Oh, yeah.
It still holds up.
Still holds up. Like, yeah, it's insane how amazing this movie. You can watch it whenever. It's the best to watch it during Halloween season, of course, obviously, but goddamn, you can put this movie on and you just
it feels more intense when you watch it in Halloween.
Even the most snobbiest of people, you show them this movie and you're like, oh no, this is a great movie.
Yes.
Like it transcends, like I said.
Like they'll sit there and you might make fun of like how like the deaths and shit or like anything else, but like real talk, if you're really into movies, there's no way you can fucking slander this shit. Right. Like period. It's the best shit I've seen. Well, fuck it, man. Like when it comes down to pop culture, I mean, shit. I know fucking Trent Reznor. God, I could have swore Trent Reznor was gonna be like scoring the new shit, like scoring the new movies. If he did, I think I would have fucking popped. Like oh my god.
But to be fair, John Carpenter nailed that new soundtrack too.
Yeah, he did. He did.
Halloween 2018. That soundtrack slaps too. That score.
Yes.
Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah, I definitely fucking I definitely realized like so they remixed this. They remixed the song. It was Crispus Attucks. And
like that's his
and Trent Reznor.
Like when they score movies, I think those two do it together.
Yeah, and they did, and they redid that song for the anniversary, and that shit slapped.
Yeah, I remember hearing it. I'm like, oh shit, this is good.
Like with just even more synth and just like Trent Reznor's fucking feel of it. It fucking slapped. You also have excuse me. You also have oh man, just. You have the Michael Myers, man. Shit, man. Look, you got like fucking Vines, TikToks, videos.
Yes.
Like shit, like all this time of year, shit, you got that. And one of my favorite ones is like where one of my favorite videos is where they take a scene where Lori is looking outside.
Looking out the window.
And just like, it's Michael staring at her. And she's like goes back to squint in, and it's him doing off the wall shit, like raking the leaves and then jumping in the leaves and playing in the leaves.
And he's like mowing the yard,
yard, and he's like fucking. He looks back up, he's like, I'll get you, bitch.
Yeah.
And then like
finally she looks and Jason's out there.
Jason's outside, and then Michael's like, man, what the fuck? Like, no, get out of here.
He points his arm. He's like, get that. And Jason's like, oh.
And Jason hangs his head low and just walks off screen, and then Michael's like feels bad, and they start like playing cards and shit.
And then Jason like puts his card down, like, yeah, bitch.
Yeah.
And fucking Michael like, bam. Fucking Jason flips the table and
shit. It's like this shit was great. Like that shit every year, man. That fucking makes me smile. Also, there's a new one with Fleetwood Mac of a dude dancing in the living room.
Oh goddamn.
A dude dancing in the living room. The Fleetwood Mac's Dreams.
Yeah.
Dressed in a whole Michael Myers garb.
God damn it,
dude! If you ain't see that, I'll send it to you.
Yeah,
that shit is fucking stupid. It's good, stupid in a good way, but Jesus Christ, man, so funny. Well, hey, man, let's not delve any more time because we're definitely gonna be like gushing over this movie.
Oh, yeah,
it is gonna happen. So you got that good old synopsis.
Yes, I do. Halloween, 1978, directed by the GOAT, John Carpenter. 15 years after murdering his sister on Halloween night 1963, Michael Myers escapes from a mental hospital and returns to a small town of Haddonfield, Illinois, to kill again. There you go.
Good old Jose. Thank you, man, for
You're
that
welcome,
good
bro.
old synopsis.
That's what I'm here for, bro.
So obviously, this is Halloween, directed by John Carpenter, if we hadn't said it like 16 times already. This movie stars Jamie Lee Curtis as Laurie Strode, Donald Pleasance as Samuel Loomis, Kyle Richards as Lindsay Wallace, PJ Souls as Linda Vanderclock, Nick Castle as Michael Myers, who's like, it's funny to me because Michael Myers is like taller. He's always been like tall to me, and Nick Castle's like looks as now he's shorter, which is hilarious. Yeah. You got Nancy Kyes as Annie Brackett, Brian Andrews as Tommy Doyle. You have Tony Moran as Michael, was the other body double for Michael Myers in this movie. Charles Cyphers as Sheriff Lee. Nancy Stevens as Marion Chambers. And John Michael Graham as Bob Sims.
There you go.
So let's dive right in. So obviously, this is going to be heavy spoilers again if you've never seen Halloween.
But if you've never seen Halloween, god damn, what the hell's wrong with you,
I mean, why are you listening to us at this point if you've never seen this movie?
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't give you spoilers for Howling, and that's on me. I apologize. But at this point, I'm not going to apologize for spoiling fucking Halloween because it's fucking Halloween.
Yeah.
There's not one person who listens to us that does. You didn't click this to talk about the holiday.
Exactly.
You didn't click this episode to talk about the holiday. You knew what we were covering. So,
exactly.
Anyway, this movie starts out, obviously, we got young Michael Myers.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just coming back from trick-or-treating. Obviously, his sister, was it Janie? Yeah.
Dude, Jamie. Oh shit! I just
how do we fucking forget? Anyway, he gets back in from trick or treating, and his sister had a boy over, and they were fooling around. Obviously, Judith. Thank you. Mm-hmm. Like Judith. Wow, we are horrible. We have the movie on, and we literally couldn't remember her name. We have got to do better.
This is where we blame the booze.
Yeah, I would definitely say either we got to do better by stop drinking, or we just got to drink more so it doesn't happen, so we can just completely forget.
Yes.
Okay. But yeah. So anyway, fucking Michael comes up, and his sister's getting dressed.
Yeah.
And he fucking grabs a butcher knife from the kitchen, walks upstairs. And first time you know that this movie slaps music-wise, that fucking synth comes in when you know he's about to get down. Like when he fucking comes in the area. She doesn't see him, and then she's like, Michael! And he proceeds to stab her 9 times.
Yes.
Do we know why Go ahead.
No, go. I'm just saying, stabbed the fuck out of her.
Yes. Do we know why he stabbed her 9 times?
Why?
No, we don't.
Oh, okay.
Literally, that was the question I was asking you. Do we,
okay.
Do we know? No, we don't know why he stabbed her 9 times. Do we care why he stabbed him 9 times?
Not at all.
Yes. Take that lesson right there, Rob.
Yeah, exactly.
Not everything needs to be fucking explained.
I mean, although technically we can't explain, it's a cult.
No.
It's a cult.
No. God, no.
It's a cult.
You don't even believe that yourself. That's why you're fucking with me.
That is the dumbest. Okay, kind of moving, moving to a side point real quick.
Mm-hmm.
When spoilers for 2018 Halloween, by the way, but when that Dr. heel turned,
mm-hmm.
I almost shit myself because like, please don't tell me you're doing that fucking cult thing. I was like, no, but no, he was just a crazy doctor. He just wanted to see Michael in the wild or whatever.
Yeah, he just wanted to.
I was like, oh, thank fucking God. I was like, no, I was about to walk out the goddamn.
He was anti-Loomis.
Yeah.
He was like, Michael needs to be contained, and this dude was like, nah, we need
to see what Michael's all about, man.
Yeah,
this is the only way we can study him.
This is the only way we can study him when he's in his wild. Like he's like amazing.
Yeah, but no, that scared the fuck out of me. But back to the movie.
But yeah, no. So Michael fucking steals the sister, and he walks outside and has the shout out to my man Fred, who hit me up on FaceTime and asked me, yo, why in the fuck does he have make that face? Like Michael walks out of the house and he literally makes a face of like he like was utterly confused of like what just happened. Like I said, like he's like that is the dumbest fucking face that I ever could fucking make. Or anybody can make. Like why does kid like you just killed your sister, you just walked out of the house with the weirdest fucking face. Like you just seen some shit that you shouldn't have seen.
Right.
Or like you had seen some shit you couldn't explain. Mm-hmm. And it's just like okay, so like that was other than that, his parents come home and they see him outside. They're like, Michael. They pull off his mask and Michael's holding a fucking bloody knife. Mm-hmm. These motherfuckers ain't asking not one question.
Yeah.
And the camera pans off, and obviously it fast forwards.
Well, like the dad runs in, I think.
Yeah, like no, he still stands there.
Is he? Okay.
They both still stand there, and the camera pans out, and they're still like, because he's holding his mask.
Yeah.
And I think they make their way towards that, but no, he doesn't run in.
Oh, I thought one of the parents went in.
No, because just like both of the parents, because the camera pans out, and kind of like that, right. But they kind of go in, like it's just like they're still standing there, and he's like one just walks in, and Michael just kind of like still staring, like he's like, like I did it for the Rock. I did it for the people. No, none of that.
Shit, goddamn.
That's a little wrestling jargon, guys. Sorry about that. But no, so obviously fast forward 15 years.
Yeah.
Now, obviously we want to kind of dissect this movie and talk about it and review it, at least to the best of our drunken knowledge.
Right.
I want to point out something that's been bugging me for the last 10 fucking years since I've seen this movie, or since I've been watching this movie over and over and over again. So we get a scene where Loomis and the nurse are heading back to the insane asylum where Michael is at.
Just about to scoop his ass up.
Yep. And they see that people have broken out.
Mm-hmm.
And Michael happens to Dr. Loomis kind of pulls Dr. Loomis and the nurse pull up to the front. Dr. Loomis gets there, but the nurse gets attacked by Michael. She doesn't die, but she just gets attacked. And Michael takes the fucking car and drives. Now, Jose.
Yes, sir.
You are of sound. You have of sound body and mind, correct?
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
I don't know why it took me long to say that.
Okay.
Really, the booze is kicking my ass.
Yeah.
But you can answer this question I'm about to ask you.
Yes, I can.
Who the fuck taught Michael to drive?
Well, according to Halloween 6, it was the Cult of Thorn. The head doctor needed to make sure on this certain day Michael can escape. And, he taught him how to drive. And somehow Michael, in his weird catatonic state, learned how to drive. But that movie doesn't exist.
No.
So therefore, I don't fucking know.
Yes. This man has been locked in an insane asylum for 15 years. From 1963 to 1978. Not one time. Like, they're not having fucking driver's ed.
Right.
In the loony bin. Bruh, no. Who the fuck taught this man how to drive? Like, seriously. To this day, I ask myself that question.
The world may never know.
I mean, if I ever go to a Comic Con or anything and John Carpenter's there, I literally want to ask, like, bro, I don't care if you got to charge me for answering this question, but please tell me, why did you think it was smart to have Michael driving when you couldn't even explain how he learned to drive? This man probably can't even fucking read or write outside of a fucking maybe.
How old was he? 8 years old, I think.
It has to be like first grade level.
Yeah.
And yet you let him fucking drive. I can't. If you want me to suspend my disbelief, fine. Maybe crazy people find a way. But
I was gonna say he's crazy. He just somehow his craziness taught him how to drive.
like, come on, bro. Like, he could have if he would have. Now, real shit. Funny shit is, I probably wouldn't have said nothing if all the cars that he drove were damaged.
Yeah.
Or fucked up. Only one of the cars that he drove was fucked up.
Right.
Like, he left that truck on the side. Well, he left the shit on the side of the road. No, he didn't. I take that back. He still had the fucking station wagon that he fucking stole. Mm-hmm. And he just attacked the fucking driver. Oh,
he attacked the truck driver to take his overalls.
Yes. That's the shit I'm trying to understand. Like, how? How and why? I don't get it. Like, that's the one thing that's been baffling me. Like, this movie could be a 9.999999999 out of 10.
Yeah.
But the only reason why I won't give it that other 1%, that 0.1%, is because you cannot figuratively sit there and explain to me how this motherfucker learned how to drive without bringing part 6 up, and that movie don't fucking count no more.
That is true. I don't know.
Anyway.
Is this nitpicking I hear?
This is definitely nitpicking. I'm not even going to front. But it is one of the biggest questions I've ever had about this fucking movie. Like, come on.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I feel you.
Like, come on. Like, if you'd have told me if he was watching people outside, but even then, he wouldn't know where everything was to move it.
Right.
Like,
maybe he read a book.
You think he can read?
Maybe.
Do you honestly think he can read?
Maybe. I mean,
my fault. I know. My fault. I know you were yawning, and that was my bad.
No. I'm trying to think. I'm assuming maybe someone kept trying to teach him like curricular stuff because he was a kid.
Man,
so
but teaching him how to drive?
No, not to
That's
drive.
the last thing you want a serial killer to do.
Teach him how to read and write. So maybe let me read some books on how to drive.
The crazy shit is another thing is we say Michael's a serial killer. He really didn't become a serial killer until he got out.
Yeah, because he just murdered.
Because he only just murdered one girl, and that was his sister. And yet he's been in the loony bin for like 15 years.
Yeah, as of this movie, he's a serial killer.
Yeah, in this movie he starts killing people and then becomes a serial killer, which makes a lot of sense. But I digress. So, and that shit still bothers me to this day. Like, I can't see him get into a car, and I'm like, who the fuck? This is irresponsible. This is irresponsible teaching a young man or having books in your fucking facility on how to drive.
Yeah, I mean... Yeah.
Like, he didn't teach him fucking self.
Who knows?
Like, if he fucking would have took that car and crashed it, like, up the road, I would have felt better about it.
And
I was like, okay.
He just hops out the car.
He steals like different cars every time because he's teaching himself how to drive. I think what I've been more upset about is if he fucking learned how to drive stick.
Yeah.
Like, if he knew how to drive stick, then I'd be pissed.
Yeah, that's funny.
But yeah, so obviously I'm gonna finally get off that and go to the next scene. So Michael obviously escapes and heads towards Haddonfield, where we see Laurie Strode, good old Scream Queen herself.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
Played by Jamie Lee Curtis,
yes.
Of course.
Jamie Lee, Scream Queen, man. Jamie Lee, I mean, and the crazy shit is I looked at Jamie Lee and I was like, man, maybe because I've seen her lately, but in that movie she looks a little older, but it's weird because she's shot like, she looks young, and in other parts she doesn't, which is right. Like, it was me, once again, it's just me nitpicking. But it's just weird to see how that even goes. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So, but you see Jamie pretty much going through her life. She's a normal high school chick in the 70s. walking around, like, she's like walking to school. She's got her chores and stuff. You see the old Myers residence, which I think her parents are trying to.
They're trying to sell that house.
Trying to sell the house.
Yeah, trying to sell.
So, that's the type of shit that you like. It's just typical shit. They're just kind of. They're not even world building. Well, they're kind of world building, but they're story building. They're just kind of moving along, which is not bad, but it's still like okay.
Yeah, that scene is literally for just the reason why Michael sees her.
Yeah,
because Michael's chilling, hiding in his house.
Yeah, Michael's hiding home. Yeah, Michael's headed home.
And she goes, puts the key under, and that's when Michael notices her.
Yeah, and then he's
like, "Hey, this girl, I'm a stalker."
He's like, "Hey, this girl right here. I think, I'm a killer."
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do it.
He's like, I think I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. But like obviously, so she just walks, and Michael's like looking at her. Now, Michael does not have his mask at this point, so he begins to stalk her. The rest of the day. Like she's in school.
She looks out a window, yep.
And he's right across the street looking at her out by the car he fucking stole.
Yeah.
And he's looking at her and she looks, she thinks about it, she looks, and he's gone.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how that shit, like, she's like, what the fuck? Shit just getting weird for her. Like, people are just looking at that shit, man. So it's kind of like weird.
Right.
It's kind of weird in the sense because they're just looking at it and they are like she's looking at it. She's like, what the fuck is going on? Like she doesn't know what's happening. But this dude uses his full on maxed out stalking abilities because the way the camera's cutting, you see him in the car slowly strolling towards everything, like just kind of going as the music is playing.
Yeah.
And she's walking with her friends. And not just that, he's also stalking the little boy that he fucking came across because he knows that she's going to be with the little boy.
Yep,
she's
exactly.
supposed to be babysitting him. So he's like learning their patterns and shit. And everything is funny. So it's to that point that, just like something come up and it's just premium stalking in that whole thing. Like I can't get over the fact that he's driving, but I can't just the way that the camera's moving and he's like just in the area and he's like just where he's positioned.
Yeah.
Looking. And like that's one thing I love about this movie is where it's like he's in the scene. Like we want you to notice him, but when we don't want you to notice him, you won't notice him, but he's there.
Right, and that's the music helps with all that shit.
Yeah, the music
too,
definitely helps. Like the music kicks up when the music kicks up when he's like in the area, but like to alarm you. But like other than that, he's not in the area. It's not happening. So it's dope that way. But obviously the stalking continues. You're pretty much getting character building there with with Lori and her friends and the kids. I mean, you're just really getting introduced to your cannon fodder while you see Michael fucking stalking him. As a matter of fact, the funniest stalking one is when he's like from the fucking bush.
Yeah,
the big ass fucking bush, and they're walking like Lori and her friend is walking home. Michael is just staring, music playing,
he's
and
like
he just
right in front of them.
Takes one step in.
Yeah,
he just takes one step in the bush, and then he's gone.
Yep,
I'm like a magic man. Mm-hmm. And, her friend's teasing her and shit. He's like,
outside out of mind.
And yeah, this motherfucker's gone.
Just runs.
Like, ninja, vanish.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, if I ever saw, like, if Michael was ever running in this movie, I think I would have been fucking sad. Just him running, dude.
Like, fam, we caught you on a drone camera.
Like, bro, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? Like, just cut it out. You look weird.
Stop that shit, man.
Like, come on, dude. Calm down. But yeah, no, he fucking comes in and he's like I said, their first encounter is just them stalking, and then like Lori and her friends are kind of working on like meeting up after the night because she's got to babysit, and her friends are like, hey, we all are in the same area, we can keep each other company. Mm-hmm. So there's like that's a plan, and Michael, I ain't gonna say he overheard that, but he pretty much knows what's going on at that point.
Yeah.
I mean, we're pretty much covering the stalking. We're pretty much covering the stalking base, and that pretty much, like, that's kind of like, hey, that's how we start off. Mm-hmm. Obviously, you get Loomis trying to get to Haddonfield and trying to warn the police.
It's like it'll be your funeral. If
Exactly. Like threatening. Loomis is threatening the fuck out of the cops, letting them know, like, hey, man, he's coming. They're like, who's coming? Michael Myers, he's coming home. It's like, the police not fucking. It's like,
it's like this
look,
crazy.
He's coming. He's coming to Haddonfield. He's gonna murder everyone. And I'm like, he realistically, I mean, I can see why the cops didn't fuck with him because like Loomis, I mean, Michael only really killed one person at this point. So it's
It's not like some super hardcore murderer.
Yeah, he's not like he's not like the Michael Myers yet.
Yeah,
He's just he's just like some crazy person who killed his sister years ago.
Yeah,
and then obviously Loomis gets to Haddonfield. Now, guys, we're gonna be cutting up some big points because there's a lot of things that we want to point out. But at the same time, guys, you've seen this movie 100 times.
Yeah,
and if you haven't seen this movie, not even once, I'm going to need you to stop right now, go watch it, and then when you finish watching it, press play on this podcast again to go ahead. Because, we'll wait. We'll wait.
Yeah, we'll wait. Gentlemen, we'll wait.
Yeah, we'll give you a 5-second pause. I mean, you're already halfway in, but we didn't get to the good shit. So I'm just going to, I'll give you a 5...
set up the story for you.
Yeah, I'll give you a 5-second pause. Hold on.
Pause.
Okay, that was enough.
Yep.
All right, so that's pretty much it. So welcome back if you're just tuning back in.
Welcome back.
But no, so anyway, so that's pretty much, it was building that up. It was kind of like Michael's just stalking Laurie and her friends the entire time, building that intensity, everything up, right? And then he obviously gets to Laurie's house and fucking stalks her outside.
Yeah.
And this is where he actually has the mask. This is where he actually has the mask and shit now, because he broke into a store earlier that day, and
that was another kind of weird thing.
Yes, dude. Let's talk about it.
So, he breaks into a hardware store, takes a mask and knives, they said, and some rope. Okay, so the alarm is just going off on this thing. It is not until after school when the cops were there, because that's when Lori and her friend drove by. So, was the alarm just going off all day, and then the cops like, hey, we'll get to it when we get to it?
Bro, that's the weirdest shit ever, because I said the same shit to you. I'm like, because you were sitting there telling me, like, no, he broke into that earlier. I was like, well, why would he still come back to the scene of the crime?
Well, and then I never thought of, why is the alarm still on?
Yeah, why is the alarm still on?
Yeah, I have no idea.
Like, if it's, like, come on, man, that alarm can't be on for what, like, maybe school's what, 8 hours?
School's 8 hours. Yeah.
Like, school's 8 hours. So he has been stalking them all day at school.
Yes, that's right.
And he got there, and then it just happened. Like, there's no way. There's no fucking way.
Yeah, that's kind of a weird plop on. Like, this, I don't know. I don't understand.
Yeah,
maybe we missed something.
Yeah, maybe we missed something. Maybe like I said, maybe the alcohol is kicking in.
Yeah.
But no, it was definitely weird. It was kind of like one of those things that it's super. Any of these movies fuck ups, it's super forgivable,
right?
Because of how good it is.
Exactly.
And that's what happens.
Yeah, yeah, it's weird stuff. And I was looking for trivia too. I'm like, does that explain nothing? But
none of that shit gets explained. None of that shit gets explained and everything. But it's one of those little things that I'm questioning. But as the movie goes on, I don't question anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
Because he's got his tools. So now, obviously, it's Halloween night. It's Halloween night, and obviously some of the kids are in the neighborhood are still out trick-or-treating, but they're back in, and Laurie's in there babysitting. Obviously her friends are trying to get together and like meet up so they can all hang out and, be typical teenagers,
so
drink.
They can get some booty.
Yeah, drink and have the premarital sex.
That's right.
And everything. And this is 70s premarital sex, too. Man. I don't think condoms were involved.
No.
At all.
They were like, condoms. Psh.
Like, what the hell is that?
My pull-out game is strong.
That's for rich people.
There you go.
Let's pull that out. But yeah, no, he obviously it's at night and everything, and Michael is in the neighborhood. Like, in one of the best scenes that I remember in this movie was him staring into the fucking house. Like, staring up into the house. And obviously the dog was barking to let, and that was her friend letting, that was her, it's at one of the friends' house. It's at one of the friends' house, and she's like, hey, telling one of the kids, hey, come get your dog. Because the dog hates me. It's always barking at me.
Yeah.
And while that might be true, this bark is more like, hey, there's somebody else. I got a feeling.
Yeah.
And obviously the dog goes to go to check out the perimeter because I guess they let him out. The dog pulls up on Michael.
Mm-hmm.
And Michael takes care of the dog. Now we don't, and here we at Cinema Villains do not condone animal violence.
It's like, don't kill the dog. It's like, God damn it, man.
But at the same time, this is Michael Myers.
Michael Myers don't give a fuck about
Michael
our
Myers
rules.
don't give a shit about how you feel.
Exactly.
Or your feelings. This man is like, yo, fuck it. I got a job here to do.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, he hugs the dog to death. Just hugs.
He gives that dog too much loving.
Yes.
That's all it was.
Yes.
That's how we look at it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he loved the dog way too much, and the dog just went to sleep.
Yep.
Just went to sleep. Just went to sleep, and it's sleeping in a nice yard. But then Michael starts stalking off the friends and killing them one by one. What is some of your favorite fucking we can talk about just. I don't even want to talk about the movies per se anymore. I want to talk about the scenes that were fucking powerful coming to this that makes this movie so fucking lovable.
Man, it's just definitely the stalking scenes with, like I said, the music.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I always trip out when those kids are making fun of Tommy.
Yeah.
And they run on. Michael grabs the shit out that little kid.
Yo, at the beginning, the big fucking towards the beginning where they're fucking stalking the friends. Because Tommy, which is one of the kids Laurie is babysitting, Tommy's getting bullied and shit, and Michael pretty much runs into what? It's is it Tommy that runs into him?
No, it's one of the other. I think it was Lonnie.
Yeah, one of the fucking
of them. Yeah,
one of the fucking bully kids, and the fucking kid just runs into Michael. Michael grabs him, and the fucking fucking
the
he was like,
music
yo,
starts, and you're like, oh shit,
is he gonna fucking snap that kid's neck? Nah, he just grabs him. He's like he grabs him as to say, watch where you're going, kid, and just lets him go. Mm-hmm. I'm sitting here going Michael Myers don't kill kids.
Right, yeah. I would have loved to see Michael just right hook that kid. That shit would have been fun.
Or even throw that motherfucker into the fence.
Just toss his ass off screen. We never see the kid again.
Yeah, just yo, he got thrown into traffic. Nee.
Oh, goddamn.
Fucking destroyed. But, nah, man, the tone of this movie was was set from the very fucking beginning. And the musical score fucking did that. That shit is just phenomenal.
Yeah.
On how it is. And then it's as much as nitpicking that I just gave this movie earlier in the questions.
Right.
Just think about it. The killing scenes in this movie. Now, some of the scenes are questionable. Like I said, I can nitpick those all day. When one of the kids are getting choked out. One of the kids is getting choked out in the car. And then they get fucking, I'm going to say, stabbed. What I can only assume is a stabbing, but it looked like a slash.
Yeah, I thought he slit her throat, but there's no wound. I don't know.
No wound. This movie doesn't actually. Now that I think about it,
no, this movie does not have a lot of blood.
Yeah, because one of them said it wasn't really one little drop of blood.
Yeah, and that's because John Carpenter felt kind of bad at how gory he made Assault on Precinct 13. Mm-hmm. And he was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna tone it down for this one."
Yeah, the only blood you saw was blood on the fucking knife.
Yeah, and then Laurie has a couple.
Yeah, just the one wound, and it was dripping. But even then, it was just occasional scratching.
Spoiler: Michael gets stabbed in the eye towards the end of this movie, and there's nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing at all. You just see his eye swell up.
Exactly.
That's it. But at the same time, this movie just did so much for me. It ticked all the boxes. Obviously, it ticked all the cinema villain boxes.
Yeah.
Is he a fucking threat?
Oh, absolutely.
Fuck yes. How's his drip? That fucking mask and the jumpsuit still hits heavy after fucking 40 plus years.
Yes.
And what is his ulterior motive? That's the thing. Sometimes you don't even need a fucking motive.
He really doesn't. I mean, I guess you could say he just wants to kill people, but even then, who knows?
That's not even a fucking real motive.
Yeah.
He's just out doing this shit because he wants to. Mm-hmm. He's literally just a fucking walking fucking death machine.
Yeah.
He just dead, kill. He's fucking ranking up kill-taculars like it's fucking Halo.
Exactly.
That's exactly what he's doing. Just with a fucking butcher knife.
Yeah.
But some of the questions, out of all the fucking murders in this movie, the one that was questionable to me was probably old girl getting choked with the phone cord.
Yeah.
it did not look. I understand he was overpowering her and he was choking her, but and I don't give a damn how you feel about like 70s phones. Those phone cords aren't that fucking thick.
No.
Like, if Michael would have fucking like had her in a fucking headlock and was choking her out that way, or fucking just wringing her neck or something else like that, it would be fucking better.
Right.
But at the same time, dude, it just was fucking. It was just fucking weird to me, man.
Right.
It was super weird. Let's see. Like, I guess we're gonna be coming across the end, but I think I want to talk about my favorite death.
Yeah, go for it, bro.
Actually, Jose, you give me your favorite death first.
Favorite death of this movie, which is only 3. Right?
Yeah, there's not a lot of deaths in this movie, like on-screen deaths anyway.
Yeah, it probably the girl in the car, I guess. Oh, no, I lied. It's the dude. I forgot about the fucking dude.
Which one?
The
Mine?
boyfriend.
Mine? Yeah.
Yeah, the same one.
So
yeah,
we
okay,
have the same fucking favorite death.
Yeah, that's like an iconic death. Yeah.
That whole iconic death. So one of Laurie's friends has a boyfriend, and they was
Bob, right? I think.
Yeah, I think Bob. Yeah, Bob. Bob is screwing around.
Who? Fun fact: that was supposed to be Dennis Quaid.
Really?
He couldn't get scheduled because he was dating that girl at the time. So they like, hey, well, come be your boyfriend. He's like, sure. But scheduling conflicts, so Dennis Quaid.
Man, they probably would have had sex on screen for real.
Yeah,
that would have been awkward. But but yeah, no, he fucking so homie comes down because she wants a beer. She wants a beer, and I was like, okay, cool. He's like, he gets up, and they just had premarital sex, so you automatically know they're both dying.
Yes. Although back then this wasn't no rule. I don't think back then.
Yeah.
Was it?
Well, yeah, Friday the 13th
was after this movie.
You're right. Yeah. You're right. Holy shit. The rules do not apply.
Yeah, so it's like, hey, people just fuck. We don't know that's what kills people. But
hey,
well, yeah.
Now you know.
Right.
But yeah, so he's walking downstairs and he's gonna go get a beer, and he's the fucking now the perfect thing about the camera cuts in this shit, or just the camera work in this, the cinematography, you can notice shit in the background that isn't right. That door had been open. That window or door has been open. Like the entire time that he's been downstairs, and he didn't fucking notice it until he fucking peeked, walked over and like closed the door, thought it was somebody else playing around, and thought it was somebody else playing around and messed around and just he's like he closed it, turned around, and you can hear Michael's breathing, which is something else that I really enjoyed in this movie, which they brought back for the 2018 movie.
Yeah, because. Yeah, he only does that in this movie, and then they finally brought it back for 2018. I thought that was crazy.
Yeah, you can hear his breathing. You can hear his breathing, and like it gets louder right as he's about to kill him, like right as he pops up on you, and he fucking grabs dude. So Michael pumps out of a closet, grabs dude by the throat, lifts him up on the wall, takes the butcher knife, stabs him, and pins old boy to the wall. And Michael, I shit you not, studies this motherfucker like it's a painting in the Louvre. Like, literally looking at that dude like it's the fucking best piece of artwork that he's ever seen.
Yeah, he's like, interesting.
Like, tilts his head, not saying one fucking word, just tilting his head. Hey, no phones were there, no cell phones were there, he was just vibing.
Yeah. He was just like, okay.
This man was enjoying that shit still to this day. For this movie, it's been a top fucking kill for me because of how much you didn't know. He wasn't trying to kill the dude just because he had a grudge or something. He killed the dude because he felt like it.
Yeah.
And there was no fucking motive. That's the scary shit.
Right.
Always trying to put something behind somebody to try to give them a point to why they're doing something. The scariest shit on earth is when someone is doing something for no reason at all.
For no reason, exactly.
For no fucking reason at all.
So, Shaq, I looking through trivia. Here we go. You ready for this?
Go ahead, man. Hit me on it. Hit it for the people.
That Michael Myers could drive a car despite having been committed to an asylum at the age of 6 inspired many goofballs. Goofballs? Guffaws.
Guffaws.
Guffaws, okay. The first movie novelization came up with a simple but effective explanation. When Loomis drove Michael to sanity hearings over the years, Michael simply watched very closely and carefully how Loomis operated the car and just pretty much learned off of reflex, I guess.
Was that from a fucking book?
That's what it said, the novelization of the movie. So,
That's bullshit. I mean,
remember,
okay,
even if
sense.
Michael sat in the back seat, there was a screen of bulletproof glass partition, which Michael could look over his shoulder, essentially, and see how he drove. And then alternatively, Coat of Thorn taught him how to drive, but we don't count those.
No.
I mean, that's the best explanation you're going to get, bro.
Dude, you fucking have... Okay, so, as you guys may have known, Jose not only is the lovable goofball of cinema villains, but he is actually he is the man about the facts and trivia. This man has been on his phone the entire time looking up to find out why this is happening, because that was a legit question, and he looked up and found out that it may be because of the novelization. And to that I say, bullshit.
Because looking at someone drive is totally different when you finally get behind the wheel.
Exactly. We've all fucking drove, and we were all... Now, I can't say Michael was scared out of his mind, but I know he doesn't want to die. I can tell you that. He's like, I got killing I got to do. I don't fucking need to die. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so there you go.
So he studied fucking Loomis by looking at him. Now, granted, I know you can teach yourself shit like that, but it's way different when you're behind a fucking car. You gotta learn how to, whip that bitch. Michael was whipping that bitch like he was in NASCAR. Yeah,
and you gotta learn how to fucking step on the pedal. You gotta learn how much pressure to apply. Yeah, that's not something you could do off of visual.
No, not at all.
I don't know though. So there you go.
Oh my god, dude. I mean, thank you for looking that up.
I saw that and I was like, oh, here we go, Shaq.
Thank you for looking that up.
No problem.
But like, oh my god, that fucking annoys me. But I guess, man, I fucking guess. So like, yeah, that death. Mm-hmm. Wait, before I continue, you got any more trivia, or that was just the one?
Well, since we're praising the cinematography in this movie, fucking the cinematographer for this movie was Dean Cundy. He did a lot of John Carpenter's early work, and this dude is one of the goats, like Dean Cundy. For example, and get ready to take a whole bunch of drinks, everybody. Some of the movies Dean Cundy has done: Halloween, of course, The Thing, Jurassic Park, Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Oh damn!
All the Back to the Futures, Escape from New York, Big Trouble in Little China.
God damn!
Death Becomes Her. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Dude, we gotta cover Death Becomes Her. Like, I swear to God, like I fucking love that stupid ass movie. But go ahead.
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Hook. Let's see what else we got here. Roadhouse. Fucking take it. We doing Roadhouse too. Goddamn.
My God, dude.
Is that about it? I think that's about all his major ones that like the big heavy hitters, because he still does like stuff. He did Casper.
Damn, really?
Jack and Jill.
Ooh.
They all can't be gems.
No. No.
They all can't be gems.
No, fuck they cannot.
Nothing But Trouble. Are we ever doing that? Oh my God.
I'm scared.
That's that Dan Aykroyd.
I know.
Yeah, okay. I was like,
I know what Nothing But Trouble is.
I swear to God, I've seen that movie once.
I definitely, yeah.
That's about it. Flintstones live action.
That actually makes up for the fact that he did Jack and Jill.
Okay, so there you go. Not everything. They all can't be hits, but there you go. Those are like his famous.
That's crazy. He's got a fucking line.
Yeah, he's one of the goats.
Yeah, man. Fuck.
Cinematography.
Dude, you had me at Death Becomes Her. Like Jurassic. Like fuck. Move over, Jurassic Park. Like I want to fucking look at like Bruce Willis.
Never mind that shit.
Fucking nerd. Jesus.
Right? He's such a nerd in that movie. It's hilarious.
My God. But no, I mean that. Like, it explains a lot, man, because a lot of those movies
he did a lot of
really fucking good. Like, the cinematography on those movies are really fucking, like,
he did.
On some of those, especially some of the ones
exactly.
are really fucking good. Like, we can sit there and talk about The Thing.
Yes.
Just the suspense of that shit was, like, picked up. Now, I want to say, and more so on Halloween, he did more for Michael being, like, in more suspense. Like, for instance, Michael for one of the first times, attacking Lori, appearing out of the fucking shadow. Like, you see dark, and then you just slowly
and that was done with like a little bitty light that dimmed, like slowly and just a little bit. That's how they did that shit.
Dude, that's fucking
perfect.
heat.
That's fucking awesome.
That's fucking genius. It's like Chef's fucking kiss, man. Like, just like he fucking comes, like, that's like one of my favorite scenes, man, and they fucking redid it in fucking 2018.
But with Lori. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that was good.
Like, it was dope, but you know, and then like, but like one thing I always liked about this, Michael hid in plain sight.
Yes.
Michael hid in plain fucking sight, and that had always been, it's scary as fuck. Like, we can sit there and say, like, some of the scary things, like, oh, jump scares? Fuck them. Like, not really a big fan of jump scares. I'm okay. Like, if you're going to put them in there, it works when they're unexpected. But, obviously, because that's not what a jump scare, like, obviously, that's kind of what a jump scare is. But at the same time, like, don't force a fucking jump scare on me. Michael, like, these movies, the way these movies are shot, Michael's hiding in fucking plain goddamn sight. Like, you may not even you can see exactly where he is in that room.
Yeah.
And it will scare the ever-loving shit out of you because she doesn't see it. You fucking saw it. And you're like, am I going fucking crazy? Like, am I losing my mind? Was he just there a second ago? And he's not.
Right.
Like, you didn't get that in Jason. You didn't get that in Friday the 13th. You didn't get that in fucking with Freddy.
Yeah.
You only got it in fucking Halloween. In this one movie. We're not talking about the other one.
Yeah, exactly. No.
But
although he can't, Dean Cundy did come back too for Halloween too.
Okay.
So but still.
I mean, and that one, like, it still was. It's just, this one was just worked so well because he, like, it was dark enough to where you knew Lori was in the house with somebody. You just couldn't tell where they were, and he hid perfectly.
Yeah.
Especially when he fucking, like one of the fucking scenes where he pops up like a fucking Undertaker. The way the camera is positioning.
That's 2 weeks in a row. We mentioned Undertaker.
Exactly.
We got to do Suburban Commando now, dog.
Yeah. I definitely wanted to do those fucking, like, Suburban Commando and, like,
shit.
Mr. Mom.
Well, I don't know about Mr. Mom. We could just we'll give you one, Hulk Hogan. It's either No Holds Bar or Suburban Commando. I don't know.
Hey, man.
Hey, we can induct Debo twice.
Hey, man, probably fuck
for Friday and No Holds Bar.
Hey, man. But yeah, no. So with this one, you see fucking Michael, like, just rise up and he fucking the camera. The way the camera is placed. Like, let me explain something to you people. The way that this works. Obviously, if you look at cinematography, you know how everything is. It's supposed to be tricking. The really, really good cinematographers make you focus on something else entirely that you're not supposed to be focusing on. Lori is in that shot 100%. You see Michael's quote unquote lifeless body laying down in the other panel in that same in that scene.
Yeah.
And you slowly see him rise the fuck up and then turn to look at her. That's fucking horrifying.
Yeah.
It is no music. You just hear Lori fucking crying because she's like, "Oh my god, I made a beat. I think I killed him or I beat him." He fucking rose up, nothing. No alarm, no nothing. Just the way it was shot. The camera is focusing on fucking just Lori and her, like, moment of grief. And, like, she's trying to breathe and just trying to, like, just collect herself.
Yeah.
Or have a breakdown. It's all on her. And you see that scary motherfucker rise up like he's about to fucking choke slam her. Hit her with the fucking tombstone.
Yep.
Undertaker references.
That's right, Undertaker Dome.
Exactly. And Michael just fucking gets up. It's just shot fucking beautifully, dude. Like,
Absolutely.
it's just so good. Like, oh my god.
Fucking amazing movie, man.
Yes, man. Holy shit. Well, obviously, and then you see Michael just fucking just like after Michael killing Lori's friends, you see Lori makes her way up to her bedroom. Well, obviously we're skipping a bunch.
Yeah, there was a famous closet scene. That's another good shot.
The famous closet scene is the one that that was the one I just mentioned.
Yeah.
Or wait, you talking about?
I'm talking about the one where he breaks in and she gets stabbed.
And because
hanger. There you go.
Yeah, Lori is like, now that fucking closet scene's funny to me because it's like there's nowhere to go in that fucking closet.
Like she tried to trick him, like, oh, I'm gonna open these outside doors so he can think I escaped outside.
Yeah, and he's
Michael's like, your ass ain't jumping out this goddamn window.
He's like, nah, I know. Bitch, I know.
Yeah.
And he's like, and he breaks and he's trying to open up. He can't open up the actual closet, which was weird to me.
Well, because she kind of tied it with some
stuff. Like something like that. He just broke through it and he's kind of like reaching through to try to like stab her and shit and like try to grab her. And she's like crunched up in the corner. So and I forget how tall Jamie Lee Curtis could be. Like she's either tall or she's like Gumby with the stretch because she just reaches up and grabs a wire hanger, unwraps this. Do you know how fucking like I hadn't had a wire hanger in so long, but I know them bitches take time to unravel.
Yeah, no, it's a good.
Like there is no fucking way.
And 9 out of 10 times you break that son of a bitch before it untangles. Yeah.
Yes, like unless you got one of those like fucking dry cleaner wire hangers that were super thick, you were gonna be there for some fucking time to unravel that shit, and you just to go fucking stab that motherfucker in the eye. I mean, perfectly in the eye too.
Yeah.
Like I'm saying, how the wire hanger was straight enough for her to jab him. Mm-hmm. I mean, once again, nitpicking. That's all I'm doing is nitpicking here. But jabs that motherfucker right in the eye, and it just just like that. Mm-hmm. And I'm just like, bro, what? Like it was one of those things I almost thought it was weird, but it they made up for it.
Right.
Whatever. So obviously, Lori stabs him motherfucker in the eye, and they try to escape. Loomis makes his ass makes his ass to the area and pretty much wraps it up, takes a gun, shoots that motherfucker 6 times.
Yep. He flies out the goddamn window
and takes the bullets like a G.
Mm-hmm.
Now granted, the only reason why he gets shot in the first place is because Lori fucking stripped off his mask and you see his fucked up eye.
Yeah.
Now the eye's not dangled or anything, but it's swollen. Which I appreciate. Mm-hmm. I guess if you're not going to show any gory bits of that, his eye is fucking swollen, so it works that way. And he's like, ugh. And he looks like fucking Beavis. He's like, ugh. Like, just fucking pulls the shit over like,
it's like, oh, you whore. It's like, damn it, Lori.
It's like, ugh. Like, yeah, I can't. I'm thinking of Butthead, and I'm trying to do Beavis, and I know I can do Beavis, but I might not be like sober enough to even try.
Right.
But so he fucking pulls that shit down. I mean, he pulls the shit down and that's when Loomis fucking shoots him. Yeah. Like in the shoulder. And then the camera pans back to Loomis. Loomis looks like, did I get him? Michael's standing up fucking tough.
Like you asshole.
Like, he's like, oh shit. And he shoots him another like 5 fucking times. Mm-hmm. And he falls out the window to the best movie thud I ever can appreciate. But he falls down. Loomis looks down.
He's just laid out.
He's laid out. Loomis looks up, looks back down. He's gone.
Yeah, well, you get that famous little line first. He goes to check on Lori. And Lori is like, it was the boogeyman. And Loomis is like, what? Oh, shit. What is he's like? As a matter of fact, it was.
It was.
That's when he goes out, looks back. Gone.
And the music hits.
The music hits and
Lori's
you hear the breathing. Yeah.
Yeah, you hear the breathing. Lori's fucking. You don't even hear Lori crying. You see her crying. Mm-hmm. Loomis is kind of like, well, shit.
Mm-hmm.
And like, you just hear him breathing, and then the movie ends.
And that's it.
Perfection.
Yes.
Fucking perfection.
Absolutely.
And then the one reason why I give Halloween 18 like the praise that I give it, and it's not even the best of praise. It's good because it keeps up with homages to the first one.
Yeah.
But when it all comes down to it, it's kind of ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it's still, the plot point is still ridiculous. Like I don't care. Excuse me. I don't care about like the podcasters.
Right.
That are trying to get they're trying to get that information from her. And,
like the true crime.
Yeah, the true crime podcasters. I don't really care.
They have his mask and shit.
Yeah, the new Dr. Loomis. Like I get it, but that wasn't really necessary.
Noomis.
Yeah, Noomis. The new doctor, like Dr. Noomis. Didn't really care about him. Now Laurie's daughter was. I like how that came around.
Yeah.
Like people was like, I gave her shit because he was like, yo, you need to believe her. You need to believe your mom. She's not fucking crazy. But she did believe her mom.
Yeah.
And it was a fucking swerve.
Right.
But did your husband really have to die because you fucking was trying to swerve Michael?
Dude, yeah.
Like, your husband literally just caught.
And they don't care.
No.
It's almost like,
Like, you were
At the end
trained
of
for
that
this.
movie, yeah, they were just like, whatever.
Like, you were trained for this.
Uh-huh.
So, everyone, like, Laurie must have said, everyone you know or love, including me, will die
Yeah.
if we don't protect them. And that's something to this day that kind of bothers me because I'm like, you literally had a daughter with this man, and you kind of just let him die.
Yeah, yeah.
If you knew that shit was gonna pop down like this, when you saw Michael and you believed him, then like, why even have your husband come along?
Right, exactly.
Like, why even have your husband come along and just like
you have to stay.
Yeah,
with the cops or
like,
at the police station.
Hey, stay here because they can protect you. We know what we're doing. But I guess at that point, it wouldn't have made sense because it would have been believable. Because at that point, it's like, hey, Mom, we don't believe you. You're just like, you're kind of crazy, but it's okay. I still love you, yada yada. But it's like, okay, no, Michael's here, so I actually do believe you. We're gonna get that son of a bitch.
Right.
Your husband is dead.
Exactly.
He legitimately died.
Yep, he gets fucked up.
Yeah, yeah, those kills are actually really good.
Yeah,
I like 2018's kills. They're
some good
fucking
kills,
brutal.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Carpenter fucking said, yeah, it's been a minute.
Yeah.
It's been a minute. I'm gonna fucking get my kill on. Mm-hmm. Yo, so like that one. I mean, I really like 2018.
Mm-hmm.
I'm interested in Halloween. I'm interested in Halloween Kills.
Yes.
I don't know where they're going with this, and because of COVID, we're not getting it.
Right. It was supposed to be this weekend.
Yeah, definitely.
This weekend or next weekend?
It was supposed to be within. I think it was definitely supposed to be this year, and we didn't get it. And I think we're not getting it until
next year, next October.
Yeah, and I'm just like, okay, we're not getting anything now.
Right.
So, because none of these movies want to fucking put shit on
on demand.
On demand, because they're not gonna make their money back.
Right.
And like, but if there's no theaters by the time this shit drops, what are you gonna do?
Exactly.
Like, you're gonna have to make a decision.
Yep.
This is either just do what you got to do and make money off it. But yeah, man, this Michael Myers as a fucking character, even though his continuity is the most fucked up.
Yeah, that shit's weird.
Out of all of the fucking villains, the major horror villains, he gets a seat. He's in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
He's undeniable.
Exactly.
First ballot Hall of Famer.
Exactly.
And just like we're gonna eventually call that bitch. Should we call it the Carpenter Wing?
Maybe. We'll call it something.
Like we have the Carpenter Wing. We have the you know what? We'll have the Carpenter Wing. We'll have the Craven Wing.
Yeah.
We'll also have the Savini Wing.
Yeah.
And possibly the Sam Raimi Wing.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah, it works. I mean, hey, man, we definitely should be thinking of this sober, not intoxicated.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, guys, okay, you know what? I said we weren't going to do it. I'm going to do it. If I had to rank all the Halloween movies, Halloween 1 is number 1. Halloween 2, Halloween 3 is number 2. Fuck y'all. Yes.
Even though,
yes.
well,
it does.
Yeah.
Go ahead. No.
Well,
Go.
even though it doesn't count, kind of, because it's something else entirely. But
it is something else entirely. But if you're gonna fucking like, oh, what about Halloween 3? I don't want this motherfucker calling me mad as fuck that we're not talking about Halloween 3.
Yeah.
Like, I love Halloween 3.
Yeah,
like,
Halloween 3 is good. Like, I understand why they hate. Like, I was one of those people like, nah, fuck that movie. It don't got Michael Myers. But, once again, I grew up. I matured. I'm like, no, this is a solid horror movie.
See, I was always told Halloween 3 wasn't shit. Yeah. So I was like, I never had an opinion of it. Then I watched it. I'm like, this movie, any horror movie that allows you to kill kids has fucking cojones.
Yes.
Because not a lot of people don't want to put in the reality that you can harm kids. I'm not saying that you should harm kids.
Right.
But I'm saying if motherfuckers are gonna die,
let them die.
Let them, like, if he dies, he dies. Let it happen. That shit, if it wasn't called Halloween, it would have been a goddamn bona fide slapper.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Or if it was Halloween 2.
Exactly. If it was Halloween 2. And then Carpenter explained, "Oh no, all my Halloweens are gonna be anthologies."
Yep, and he should have went with that.
Yeah,
he should have went with that.
but nope, Halloween. You saw how much money Halloween.
Yeah, they was like, yeah, we're not gonna do that. We need to tell the story with Michael.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro,
Like if you inflate it into today's money, that bitch made like 150 million.
bruh.
That's how much money that was back then.
Insane.
Yeah.
Like, I'm thinking about it. Like, I would have done it like what? Halloween, Michael Myers, and I dropped Halloween 2. And then dropped Halloween 2, and then dropped Halloween 3 as the return of Michael Myers. And what I mean by Halloween 2 would have been Halloween 3.
Yeah, exactly.
And Halloween 3 would have been like the return of Michael Myers.
Yep, and that's all you have to do. If Halloween 2 didn't work out, like, okay, then fuck it, we'll bring back Michael Myers.
As soon as you bring back Michael Myers, it's a wrap.
Yeah.
Like, it's, motherfuckers are in that bitch. They in there. But, like, it's one Halloween 3, Halloween 2018, and then that's it. That's all I'm doing.
Okay.
That's literally all I'm doing. I'm not ranking the rest of them because they're all shit.
Yeah.
They're all shit. Yes, 4 and 5 are decent, but I'm not. Fuck those movies. Fuck them. Fuck
There
'em.
you go.
I'm done. What about you, Jose?
Ah, shit, I couldn't even begin, dude. I'll probably just switch Halloween. I'll probably go Halloween, Halloween 2018, Halloween 3. I guess Halloween 2. The original Halloween 2.
Yeah.
I guess. And then that's it. Just
Halloween 2 wasn't even bad.
I don't
but
even.
like, I actually like Halloween 2's like kills in that movie.
Yeah, no,
but it's just that's all it is. Is all about kills. That's really all that
Yeah,
is.
it's another movie where they try to give Michael a reason.
Yeah,
Like,
no.
oh, Lori's his sister.
No.
Surprise! So that's why he wants to.
That's why I won't even fucking rank 2. Like
Yeah.
I can't. The kills are dope, but
Yeah.
I'm like, just like the sister shit, man. I'm over it.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
I'm over it. Like it never.
Like, I'm glad they retconned that shit.
Yeah.
Like, yes.
He's like,
please.
yeah, they said it was a sister. That's not true. That's bullshit. Like, yeah,
Exactly.
That's what it is. But what if Carpenter comes back and say, they are related?
It's
And I'm
like, God damn it! Like on the next reboot.
yeah, exactly. Be like, son of a bitch, make your fucking mind, old man.
Right.
Make your goddamn mind. Mm-hmm. But yeah, speaking of minds, man, I mean, we made up our minds. Michael Myers is indeed in the Cinema Villains Hall of Fame. He joins his other terrifying brothers, as in Jason Voorhees and Freddy Krueger, in their own wings.
That's right.
Appreciate them all for what they've scared us over the years.
Yep.
In our younger days and our older days. I mean, these movies have always had special places in our hearts, and we appreciate them, and we welcome them into our wing, and to let them be acknowledged.
That's right.
Now
They deserve it.
Now, I did say there might be a possible, might not though, in the spooky season, but we may have we may still have another treat for you guys. Be on the lookout for that.
Boo ha 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 ha.
That was the most uninspiring.
I was trying to do it came out too good. I was trying to do that boo hammer.
Yeah.
When he was like, boo ha ha ha, man, boo, man. When he was just going over that Halloween episode, he's like, I ain't gonna win. Ha 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 ha. I ain't gonna boo, man. That shit gets me every time,
Fucking Boomhauer, man.
Yeah.
That's the Texas talking right here.
Yeah.
Well, guys, obviously we're gonna call it a night because, like, I don't know about you, Jose, but like I am not sober.
Yeah, I'm up there. I'm pretty close.
I am not sober, dude. Like, I am fucking spent. But this was fun.
As always, it was fun.
Always, man.
And as always, thank you for listening.
Yes, always thank you guys for listening. Obviously, Jose, before you cut me off, where can they catch you at?
Hey,
sir?
there you go.
Yeah.
Thank you. You can catch me on the Twitters at dashing_Jose_S and on Instagram, straight flexing at super_villain_Jose. And Shagwell, where can we find you?
You can find me on the corner of Fifth Ave and okay, I apologize. You can find me on Twitter at Shaggy Black, and you can find me on Instagram at ShaggyBlack_13. Hit us up. Eventually, guys, we are gonna have our own Twitter, Instagram pages.
Yes, to help. I forgot. I made a Facebook. So if you're on the Facebooks, facebook.com/cinemavillains,
there you
like
go.
the page, all that good stuff.
Yeah, there we go. So we are doing our things, but until then, I'm gonna go sleep on this couch. That's what I'm gonna do.
Hey, I'm gonna go home, I guess.
It's like, yeah,
I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna sleep on Shaq's bed, and he gonna sleep on the couch in
yeah,
some weird.
you can't stay here.
What?
So,
No,
you go home.
in a weird twist of events, Shaq's gonna wake up and just gonna be cuddled in his bed, nice. Like, hey, bro, you fell asleep on the sofa. So I figured.
Wife's like,
I
yo,
figured you were being a great guest.
I'll sit here and be like, yo, why the fuck you got a robe on? I don't even own a robe. What the fuck is this? Get out. Well, guys, for for Jose and this is Shaggy. Thank you, and tune in next week.
Adios.